What's going on, everybody? Jason from Chicago Auto Pros. I got my main man, Tadas, here. We're getting ready to do our Chicago Auto Pros signature detail on this beautiful Porsche 911. We're gonna be cleaning every single surface on the vehicle, and then we're gonna protect it with the ceramic coating. This one's getting the ultimate detail. Stick around, it's gonna be awesome. This is a 1996 Porsche 911 Turbo. The average price for this car is typically around $140,000, but this one's special. This car has only 500 miles on it, making its value near $250,000. All right, just got finished washing the car. We did the clay bar treatment on it, and it's all ready. We're gonna do kind of a pre-detail inspection on it. We're gonna look and see what issues that we have going on with the vehicle. Straight away, get the flash out, looking at it. There's a lot of scratches, and we can tell that another detailer has done something to this car, polished it or buffed it, because we have a lot of buffing haze on here that we need to remove. There is wax and polish in almost every single crack on the vehicle, so we're going to go through and remove all this old polish and wax and get that out. That's very unprofessional to leave there like that. Game plan for this vehicle: we're going to get it up on the lift, we're going to take the wheels off, we're going to detail all the suspension, the undercarriage, the engine. We actually have a Porsche specialist coming in to get a little better angle at the engine. The intercooler is right on top of the engine, so we're gonna remove that, and then we're gonna touch and polish and clean everything we can in there. This car does have some clear bra on the front bumper. We're gonna remove that and then polish everything. So it's time to get started. This vehicle had an undercoating sprayed on the undercarriage and the wheel wells, which also dripped onto the wheels themselves. This vehicle will not be driven on any salty roads, and to make this vehicle look like the show car it should, all this must be removed.
everything is perfectly cleaned and corrected, we will spray a layer of Modesta BCO6 high temperature coating.
All right, yesterday was a good day. We got a lot done. We got the undercarriage mostly done. We got a few things left to do before we can bring the car down, do the interior, and start working on the paint. We need one guy to lay BCO8 on all the painted surfaces, which includes the wheels, the calipers, and all the suspension pieces in the wheel wells there. We'll have one person use Dr. Beasley's metal coat on all the exposed bare metal pieces. We'll get that all done. And then we need to do the Modesta exterior plastic coating. We're gonna do that on the inside of the wheel wells and all these plastic pieces. We'll get everything put back, and then we can bring it down, start working on the interior, start polishing.
There you go.
Sound good?
Plan.
Let's do it.
The interior of the car required very little actual cleaning. Our main goal on the interior was to protect every surface with a protective coating.
All right, now that we have the undercarriage and the interior done, we can finally start working on the exterior of this vehicle, and we have a whole lot of work to do. This is a very soft, flat black paint, so it's gonna be very finicky to work with. It's gonna be hard to polish out. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna start by prepping the vehicle. We're gonna clean out all the cracks and all the crevices. There's a lot of old polish and wax left over in all these cracks, so we gotta clean them all out. And then we're gonna tape off all the areas that we don't wanna damage with the buffer, including all this rubber trim. We're gonna be removing the turbo badge on back so we can polish everything out perfect there. There is a lot of scratches, there is a lot of swirls on this paint, so there's gonna be a lot of work to do. There's a lot of parts that we have to polish by hand that we can't get to with a machine, and then a lot of little parts that we'll have to use a 1-inch polisher on. We're also gonna use a paint gauge thickness just to gauge how much paint we have on there. We want to take some of this clear off and remove some of those defects, but we don't want to jeopardize the clear coat, so we're gonna measure and make sure that we have enough paint to safely polish this down and make it nice and shiny.
If you ever owned a black car, you know how good they can look when it's clean and polished. And you also probably know that black shows every paint defect as plain as day. This detail, when all is said and done, it took us about 130 man-hours. A majority of that time was spending the time to make the paint look as perfect as possible. Once we had the paint polished to perfection, we are protecting it with the best ceramic coating on the market, Modesta.